Go ahead.
Hello everyone, my name is Sliman. I'm an Egyptian journalist building an online local media portal in Upper Egypt where 30% of the overall population are underserved and lack independent news in light of the dominating state ownership of the media outside Cairo. Now there is an opportunity to break the media centralization and spread the concept of local journalism, building on the growing interest in the news industry and fueled by the eagerness to follow the rapid change during this historical period in Egypt. There were dozens of citizen journalism initiatives that appeared months before the Egyptian Revolution and after. Their leverage was freedom, but their credibility was questioned. On the other hand, it takes 200 grand to launch a print newspaper in Egypt and much more for TV by law. But it takes much less for online media, and this is where المندرة comes in. المندرة covers the 11 governorates of Upper Egypt. المندرة covers the 11 governorates of Upper Egypt, building an independent model of local journalism, bringing change to the grassroots, to the locals, where corruption prevails. Mandara covers Upper Egypt, which has been for long known as the source of many problems, such as tribalism, vengeance, religious extremism, and less opportunities for women. The project has two components. It starts with a training component. We will teach marginalized local journalists and photojournalists the skills of digital media, and we will also engage the rest of the community through SMS reporting, which has proved to be an effective tool in Africa in exposing corruption and covering elections. When we get to the production part, we will launch our website, which will have a blogging space where youth can express themselves freely, and an interactive discussion board for community building purposes. Now we'll get back to that. The project is a non-profit. It is run by Mandara Media Foundation, but we have an ethical responsibility towards our community. Me and my co-founder founded recently in Egypt an NGO that will run this project, and we identified several revenue streams. We also did an advertisement market research while I was studying here, and it appeared that advertisements are our main revenue stream. Now we will start the training component in next July, and we will launch the website in August. We need for the first year 75 grand for the training and the production components. We already got last month 45 grand from the International Press Institute News Contest, and other winners included big names like the Pointer Institute, the FP Foundation, the Guardian, and Media Trust. And now we only need 30 grand to maintain the portal and keep it going for the first year and also generate revenue. We hope to be, in the future, a successful model of local journalism that is independent and sustainable. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer. Thank you very much.
Can you give us an example of the kinds of stories that aren't currently covered in Upper Egypt that you would cover?
Sure. So I had one of the slides. It talked about how women do not get education, especially in villages. We also have, especially when we're having currently presidential elections. I'm going today to vote, actually. So, like especially in times of elections, you have people only voting based on tribes. So if these tribes are friends with each other and they want, and they're friends, so they're in good terms. So I would vote for this person. It's not based on his qualifications, his skills, whatever. So it appears in elections. And religious extremism, we have several problems between Muslims and Christians. And it's mainly because of the closed communities rather than basic beliefs in both religions. So they see such problems come out from these close communities of Upper Egypt. And so if you need like basic media just the mainstream media does not tackle in depth the problems in depth, but they just take it from the surface. And so also because they lack like they're not represented in the mainstream media that I can say. Am I answering your question?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
A question I had for you was you said earlier that you're targeting, the village? You're not targeting the big cities in Egypt, is that right?
It's Upper Egypt, so it's like some cities.
Some cities as
cities
well.
And villages.
But for the villages, I guess, how are you going to, is this print medium or
It's online.
It's online. So could you talk a bit about just the demographics? Like, are a lot of people there? Do they have access to?
Yes. So we're
internet,
talking about 25 million people.
Yeah. And what percentage is internet enabled or has mobile devices that they can read?
Yes. So
smartphones?
mobile is the population is 25 million people.
Mm-hmm.
People who have mobile, and we're not speaking about smartphones. We're just speaking about mobiles. So it's around 15 million, and there are 1.38 million online users
in
this
that
area.
In this area.
Yes, exactly.
Oh.
I mean, of course, you can see the big difference between the number of population and the numbers of online users. But if you were able to reach this small number, which is not really small, like 1 million is not really small, but if you were able to reach these people and make a positive impact in their lives and make them like they will be your agents, they will create change in their communities, and as time passes by, your impact will grow. So.
Got it. No, or maybe even an SMS, or maybe other ways you could use SMS to get some of that content. What I guess I'm saying is I think this is a great mission.
Which we also have, like the SMS recording. This is why to engage more people who may not have access to internet. So yeah, this is another way to do it.
Anybody else?